Hello guys, we're back for another Chalk Talk. This is Coach Paul here. Before we get started, go ahead and follow our YouTube page. Please go ahead and subscribe, like our videos so we can expand and get further the people of getting the knowledge of what we do here at Phase 1. I'm super excited today. We got our newest trainer here, Coach Brandon Matano, multi-diverse trainer. I'll go ahead and turn it over to Brandon here, and I'll let him share his story. First off, Brandon, what's your background? I mean, let the people know where you've been, maybe what high school, college experience, what sports, and just where you've been, man.
So I'm from here. I'm from Oahu. I grew up in Salt Lake. Went to UH Lab 2 years for high school, and then moved to the mainland to finish high school out there. I played basketball, so basketball wasn't really big here back in the day, so I moved to the mainland to finish, moved to New Jersey, East Coast, lived out there for about 10 years, did some college, came home, played for UH basketball and football, 04 to 06, then moved back to the mainland, played for a little bit, and then ended up going overseas, and I've been playing off and on overseas since 2010.
Nice. Now, if we go back to, it's pretty crazy because when we met, I assumed basketball was just your thing, and that was it. And I learned really quick that you didn't want to be put in a box, like I ain't just a basketball guy. So what happened is Brandon sent over a couple of his videos because we wanted to help promote him and what he's doing here at Phase 1. And obviously it was a basketball video at first. I mean, the guy has hops and he can share some of his accolades, dunk contests or traveling and showcasing his talent. But then he sends me a video of him running some routes and catching some balls. I'm like, hold up, you've had to play some football. With the way you were running the routes, like very crisp, diverse. I mean, it was on point, so I could tell, like, you played some football. So, high school football.
Yeah, I played. So when I was in high school out here, I played Pac-5. I didn't start playing football and basketball until 9th grade, but as soon as I started playing, those became my two main sports. And football, people don't know football is actually my best sport. Like I was better at football than basketball, but yeah. So I played Pac-5 a little bit, and then I played in college. More in college, I played Fairleigh Dickinson, and I played at Siena College up in New York, and then I played for UH. Played receiver and corner, and then after college, played some Arena 2 and some semi-pro outdoor before I chose to stick with basketball.
And what was your main position ultimately in football?
In football, my main position was receiver and corner. I would split time between the two. I also did return all the kicks and everything, but yeah, receiver was my main thing. And
perfect. Yeah, so so it was pretty amazing because here at Phase 1 Sports, as most of you know, we do a lot of football skills training. So Coach Brandon is also helping us and myself in the wide receiver training here that we have on Saturdays, and that would be at 10 a.m. for the younger guys, ages 8, I believe it's 8 to 10, and on the older group at 11, it's 11 and up on that group. So come check us out, man. You'll get the best bowls of both of us, just learning the different techniques and everything that we have to offer as receivers in our experience. Coach Brandon also does our defensive back training here on Saturdays at 9 a.m. Go ahead and sign up for that too. People ask me about linebacker training. I think that the DB training is actually a great training for linebackers as well because of the way the game is played now. I believe linebackers need to be like a half breed of a defensive back.
They gotta be able to cover.
Right, cover and the footwork and just being quicker. Coach B actually goes over all these things, swiveling the hips, getting them turned. I mean, Coach B will be a great asset for your linebackers as well. So, yep, defensive back training, linebackers. Coach Brandon also does one-on-one training, and you can share, like, what do you offer in your one-on-one training, just so they understand, like, you're not just a basketball guy.
Yeah, my one-on-one training is sport-specific if you're an athlete, and if you're not an athlete, it's whatever you want to get better at. And so I kind of pick your brain and figure out what you want to get better on, and tailor your workouts to get you better at what your goals are. For athletes, we do both strength and conditioning, explosive training, and then we combine that with the sport-specific training. So whatever their sport is, we'll tailor those workouts and work on the movements that they're going to do specific to their sport. So that's kind of how I do my setup, my one-on-ones is tag team it in the weight room and on their field of play.
Now, does it matter? I know you say whatever sport, but again, I don't want you to be in the box.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I know for myself in my one-on-one training, I mean, you can give me whoever.
Yeah.
You want weight loss, you want weight gain.
Oh, yeah.
You want football, a specific position, basketball, get their explosive up. Of course, their vertical is the main thing, their lateral movements, volleyball players.
Yeah.
I mean, bring on surfers.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I've actually trained a couple surfers and some golfers before. And so, I mean, whatever they're trying to get better at, we can help them get there. So.
As you can see, Brandon here is, no different from any other trainers here for the most part. Any sport, I mean, currently, what one-on-ones, he's fresh in not even a month, and he's already taken over our explosive training classes on Monday and Wednesday at 5 o'clock. This is great for any sport. For any sport that wants to get more explosive, meaning your vertical, just being more explosive that way. Agility, yep. I'll let you explain. What do you involve in your explosive training sessions here?
So our explosive training class is mainly tailored to get results immediately. So all of the athletes that come, they're all from different sports. We got baseball players, softball players, volleyball players, basketball players, and my goal for that class is to give them an immediate advantage in their agility, side-to-side quickness, their straightaway speed, and also their vertical jump. And so that's kind of the three things that we focus on in that class: speed and agility and vertical jump.
Nice. So currently he has majority, of course, basketball and volleyball players, but because we don't have a class for softball, baseball players, that's a great avenue if you cannot do the one-on-one training specific to, say, softball or baseball, strength conditioning. The next step would be the explosive training class with Coach Brandon, for sure.
The explosive training class is a great foundational class. It's going to create a great base for you to be able to eventually go into your one-on-one classes with a good base and be able to expand more and get more gains.
Right. Perfect. All right. So we went over his one-on-one training, explosive training Monday, Wednesdays at 5 p.m. And that explosive training is more for 12-year-olds and up. We don't go any lower than that because we just want them. You guys know our philosophy here at Phase One. We want to keep our athletes safe first and foremost. All right. In regards to his one-on-one training, what is your age groups? Do you have a cap on the minimum age of what you work with?
I mean, generally I don't go younger than about 5 or 6 years old, just because I think that's a good starting point to create a foundation, and they're kind of pretty coordinated at that point. So I like to start maybe around 5 or 6 is the youngest I go. But yeah, man, I mean, any age, any skill level, if you're a beginner, it doesn't matter if you've been playing for 10 years, I can help you. So
nice, perfect. No, because a lot of people don't want to work with anything younger than 10.
Yeah.
So it's good to know that he takes younger ages. Now, in regards to let's move. Well, since we're on the topic of one-on-ones, what is your experience in? I've seen videos, and I'll let you see who have you worked with. I've seen you in California. In other areas, I mean, of course, you were overseas, but let's start with people you work with, one-on-ones, and what level of play. And
I mean, I've done the majority of my training work overseas, and in China, and in the UK, and I've worked with a lot of pros. Just recently, I've started working with a lot of NFL guys, and quite a few of them like basketball, and so being able to give them explosive training that will help them in their sport, but also give them some training in a sport that they like, that's kind of different, right? So they like that. So I've been able to link up with, a couple NFL players and kind of get my feet wet in that pro world, and it's cool. And I got a couple. Right now, I'm training a guy who's getting ready to go overseas to Bosnia. So and he's a local guy from here who Gatorade Player of the Year and everything like that. And so yeah, so I've been able to work with some high level guys and some elite athletes, and it's just the beginning, man. We only going up.
Nice. Currently, what kind of one-on-one sessions within less than a month do you have here right now?
So I got my pro basketball guy. We got volleyball, got some softball, yeah, and a basketball.
And about to have a soccer.
Yeah, and we're about to have a soccer goalie. So, yeah.
Cool. Right. So, in part, Coach B, we're super excited here at Phase One to have Coach Brandon of Be Positive. Let's touch on that very quick before we end this. What I love about Coach Brandon here is his brand, which is Be Positive. I mean, the name alone says it all. I think here at Phase One Sports, that's all we're about. We try to be and promote just positive things here and get the kids' mindset, athletes, right? I mean, adults, just all about being positive. So when he shared that name, Be Positive, I'm like, it's so catchy because that's who we are here at Phase One.
Yeah.
So maybe how did you start that? What is your concept? What is the philosophy behind Be Positive?
So pretty much all my life, I've been a very positive person, and I've always been told, like, man, you're the most positive person I met, and you're always positive, you always make a negative into a positive. So when I was starting to do camps and clinics overseas and starting to tour with ex-NBA guys and coaches, and we were running these big camps, my whole vibe that I wanted to bring was just to be positive, because I never played in the NBA, I haven't been coaching for a long time, and so the value that I could bring was my energy and my vibe, and so I would always be positive, and that's what I would preach. And so when I decided to start a business in 2015, I started a training business in New Jersey, and it sounded right. It aligned with my morals and my goals and my beliefs as far as my positivity, and it like you said, it's just catchy, it's straight to the point. It's easy for people to relate to. Be Positive just says it all.
Nice. Now, what do we have to offer with Be Positive in regards to the gear itself?
Yeah, Be Positive
what do you have coming for your drops?
Be Positive is a lifestyle brand. And we got gear, we got hoodies, shorts, shirts, we got socks and hats coming.
He's talking about, he was hyping me on this backpack where you can attach one shoe on each side, covered on the backpack.
Yeah, man, we got some bags coming. So it's basically just, we want to put out apparel and gear that people can rock in their daily life. Take it with them to the gym, carry a water bottle to work, or we got masks, and just to rep the Be Positive. And so, the logo, people see the logo and they ask, what is that? BP, what is that? Oh, it's Be Positive. And everybody knows what that means.
Right.
So it's easy to get the message out there, and hopefully we'll be able to create a movement out here to where, every community around the island and all the islands are preaching the Be Positive message, and that's what we're shooting for.
All right, so we're really excited because Coach Brandon is having his first basketball skills training here coming this spring break. Coach B, you want to go ahead and share with the folks maybe the dates, what you have in store for this spring break basketball camp?
Yeah, man. So we got the spring break skills and drills. It'll be from March 14th to the 17th, and it'll go from about 8 in the morning till 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it'll be both on court work and also in the weight room, some explosive training, basketball specific movements, and also some mindset training stuff we'll go over. So yeah, so just the overall basketball camp, and something that to get the kids and the community exposed to what I have to offer. And so I encourage everybody to come through, check it out, tell your friends. If you know any players that aren't doing nothing, or if you yourself aren't doing nothing, come check me out, man, and I promise you won't leave disappointed.
Nice. What's the age group again for the camp?
Age group is 6th through 12th grade.
6th through 12th grade.
Yep.
Perfect. What do you have in store in regards to basketball skills training after the camp? Do you have anything in mind?
Yeah, so coming in April, we're going to be starting basketball skills and drills classes.
Nice.
Weekly. So we'll have 1 or 2 days a week where you can come and go through a basketball training class for about an hour, and it'll just be basic foundational skills and drills, kind of build and get moving and learn some basketball stuff, man.
Nice, awesome. I'm really excited, Coach B, and thank you for your time. And man, we got some incredible things coming. But before we wrap up, I got to share some of our sponsors. Waikea, Hawaiian Volcanic Water. Thank you, John Nielsen, for hooking us up here, getting us hydrated at Phase One. I also got to give a shout out to Stan Dionis for hooking up these nice hats. It's his brand Sick, SIIK. I mean, the material is pretty crazy. It's pretty sick, right? It's like, it looks carbon fiber, black, white. I think these are limited edition ones though. Red. We got that nice royal. That's my favorite color right there. That blue. And these are the ones that are normally for sale. I mean, the material is just off the hook, guys.
It's like that 3M material.
Yeah. So it's Sick, SIIK sickproducts dot bigcartel.com. Go check it out. Order your hats, man. They're pretty dope, man. We're blessed to have, you know, the supporters that we have. We're blessed to have all of the trainers that are coming into play. You know, Coach B, like I said, multi-dimensional trainer. I'm super excited how we're gonna grow this thing. Let me tell you guys, this ain't gonna be your normal stuff. We've never been normal here at Phase One. From the way our gyms are set up, you know, we're out the box, and we're going out the box with everything else that you're gonna see coming.
Yeah, man.
We're talking like overseas athletes coming over to train here in Hawaii. We're talking about bigger things than just what you see on the surface, and it's just the beginning, like Coach B said. And super excited, man. Any parting words or anything you want to share before we?
Man, just come check us out, see what we're about, and yeah, man, just bepositivegear.com. That's where you can get all your Be Positive gear. Check us out. I appreciate you guys.
All right, man. You guys have a blessed day. We'll see you again. Peace.